Hi guys, it's about Nigerians. I am Mena Omoyibo, and as you can see from the title, you already know what we want to talk about. So just stick around and we'll be right back. How I was bullied, how I survived bullying. Yes, it's survival. Before I go into the whole experience thing, I just want to start off kindergarten in Nigeria. Yeah, in Nigeria, when you want to start off, most parents, they normally drop, especially working class parents, they normally drop their kids in daycare. You can meet a 3-month-old baby in daycare, you can meet a 1-year-old child in daycare, and after daycare, then you have the nursery school, that's the kindergarten, KG in short. I knew it as KG while growing up. It was when I was a bit older I discovered, oh, KG was like the short form. The full meaning was kindergarten. Yeah, so I don't know what it's called in your country, but here in Nigeria we call it KG, that's kindergarten. And we have 3. We have the kindergarten 1, the kindergarten 2, and we have the kindergarten 3. Then after kindergarten 3, then you go higher, the next stage, which is the primary school. But I can't remember what, like, the event that played out when I was in kindergarten 1. I can't really remember that of kindergarten 2, but when I was in kindergarten 3, yes, this particular experience, how I was bullied. So there was this guy in my class. For some reason, he just kept on bullying me, and it was not really the guy. There was this guy and this particular 2 twins. So this particular 2 twins, they will normally pick on me, like any little thing. You know that when you're constantly picking on a child, that was how it was. And when I tried to like talk back, try to react, the next thing they've gone to report me to this guy. So it was this guy like that was like their backup plan, and they will normally wait the after school hours and they will beat me. Hey, the guy will literally beat me. So it kept on happening to the extent that I was scared of going to school. I didn't like going to school. I didn't enjoy going to school, because anytime in school time, oh, the only thing that comes into my head was like, this guy again. And the more you even try to stay away from him, like the more it's like, it's as though, for crying out loud, we're in the same class, we're all classmates. So the bullying was too much, the beatings and everything. And this guy was really very stubborn. When I mean very stubborn, he was extremely stubborn. Like, you know, there are some offenses you do that they will flog you in front of class, but this particular guy, there was no week that goes by without them flogging him in assembly. If you don't know what assembly is just like a gathering. Yeah, we normally, like, every morning before classes, you have like this little gathering, devotion, where they pass information and all before the normal day begins, classes. So there was no week. You know, when they bring you out to flog in front of assembly, you know that your matter don't pass, be careful. So that was, yeah, this guy fell into the category. There was no week that passes by that they don't flog him in front of assembly, to tell you how stubborn he was. So they said that teachers, they don't tire for him matter. The bullying kept on happening. The guy kept on beating me every closing hour. It was frequent, so the extent that, who did I know? Yes, you say, oh, why didn't you report? I reported to my teachers, I reported to my elder ones, I reported to my mom. But the more you report, the more it kept on happening. It made me hated school. Like, I hated to go to school. Anytime I hear of, oh, it's time for school, like, you know, when you are reluctant to do something, that was how I felt, because of the constant bullying, and it messed with me to the extent I was so scared. Like, it made me really scared. Anytime, you know, you see this guy, you know, when you're trying to walk on eggshells around him. And per se, the annoying thing was that this particular guy, like, me and you, we don't really have issues. So just because of these 2 twins, like, these 2 twins will constantly pick on me, then they will run to him as backup. They'll go and report me, and once they report me to this guy, I know saying beatings, and they come. after closing. There are sometimes that during closing time I would not like try to hide, but no matter how I hide, they will still find me and beat me. It was not funny at all. It was not funny. The whole experience was not funny. The guy was really very stubborn, and you know, for someone that is always in that record of this guy is stubborn, this guy, once you hear his name, it's from one fight to another, it's not someone that you can really like stand up to or stand up against. So this was how it was. There are times that, why was he beating me? There are times that my teacher would just like, you know what, Judy or Mena, come and share these notes. Like, she'll give me books to share. Obviously you have to share theirs too, because they are your classmates. Their books will be part of the books you are sharing, and you are trying to like, maybe you want to share their book, and you know, just because of the way you give them the book can cause beatings for me. Hey, it was that bad. And funny thing, it was as though nothing was happening. Like, no matter how I tried to report, like nothing was happening to this guy. It was almost like the guy was used to the canes. Like, and when you report, highest thing they can do to him is to flog him. And this is someone that cane, not they even like, when you tell him cane, there are some kids that you tell them, oh, I will flog you, and they'll be like, oh, they will not do it again. But for this particular guy, hey, telling him cane is like, he lost it. Like, he wants to do it just because of that cane that you told him that you will flog him. So that was it. The guy terrorized me to the point, you know, there's something supposed to do to you, and you just can't take it any longer. That was the point I got to. And I can remember this particular weekend, I was coming home. I just kept on saying to myself that it's enough is enough. This guy has terrorized me so much. Enough is enough. I know I cannot fight though, but I'm going to learn how to fight. It was a weekend. I said I was going to learn how to fight. How will this particular person just be beating me to make you feel so uncomfortable in your class? Like, anytime I see him, me and him, we don't see eye to eye, but anytime we see eye to eye, just seeing him alone, it's another beating that is coming to me. So I was really fed up. This was the point where I've gotten to the wall. Like, you've pushed me to the wall. So that particular weekend, I said to myself, I was going to learn how to fight. And I went home on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Guess what? The only thing I did was practice. I rehearsed. I was learning how to fight with our furniture, chairs, table. This particular weekend, I rehearsed. I learned how to fight, like, with our furnitures, everything. Like, there were times that I would go and meet my elder brother, try and do this to me, try and brush me, because this particular thing this guy was always doing. He was always brushing me. There was this thing, like, there's a way he would twist your leg and he would brush you on the ground, then you use your bum to hit the ground. This particular thing. So I'll go and meet my elder brother. I'll be like, try and brush me on the ground first. She gets, there's a way this guy will beat you. Like, there's a way he has beaten me to a certain extent that I already knew how he was beating me. I knew, okay, this was what he was going to do. This is what he would do. He will brush me on the ground. So I already knew. So me learning how to fight was, trying to like learn tactics to defend myself towards what he was going to do to me. And I was not just practicing how to beat one person here. I was practicing how to beat 3 people, the guy and the twins. So guys, that was how I learned how to fight. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then on Monday, I've never been so excited going to school. Like, I was so happy, I was so energetic, I wanted to go to school. Like, because I was so confident that I have learned how to fight. I know how to fight now. So I went to school. Like, even in school, I was the one. Normally before, I should be running away from them. Like, when I see them coming from this side, I would pass this side just to escape beatings. But I can remember that period, I was not the one on their faces. Like, it's not that I was raking, no, please, I was not raking. Like, I didn't go to them and like, I can beat you now. I can beat you now. Nope, I didn't do that. But I sure knew that I was so confident that I was no longer scared again. I was no longer afraid again that they were going to beat me or anything, because I knew now I could fight. And obviously I knew they were going to pick on me again, so I was just waiting for that moment to come. And yeah, you guessed right, it happened again. And the beautiful thing about this story is that this time it's happened again. Hey, you know that confidence I had, that I was so certain I could fight now. Obviously they picked on me again, and I gave them their own share of the beatings. Like, I beat the hell out of the guy and the twins. I beat hey God, anytime I think back here, I beat them. Like, I beat the guy, the twins. I gave them the beatings of their life, to the extent that one of the twins was even crying that it was that bad after beating them like this. Gee, table turned round. Hey, you know, for someone that was always being oppressed, because I was oppressed here, always being oppressed, always being bullied, for someone that was in that kind of scenario, then all of a sudden my respect came back. And the funny thing about this story was that after this experience, after beating this particular guy, do you know what it means to beat him? Someone that was the terror in my class, in the whole class, like almost literally everybody was scared of this guy. Like, once you hear his name, oh, you just maintain. So for someone that was the terror in the class, like, after beating him like this, somehow me and the guy now became friends. I didn't like it, but we just became so close. Like, after this experience, I don't know if it was the shame that a girl beats you, like, for someone that was always feeling high of himself, I don't know, but somehow we just ended up being friends. Even me and the twins, like, we started like talking. We are not that close, me and the twins, but we started talking. We just started being cordial. And guys, that was how I liberated myself from bullying in that class. That was how I liberated myself. That was how I survived bullying. Why did I share this story? Am I just saying it just because of story's sake? Nope. Obviously, these are things that I personally pinpoint from the story. Mind you, disclaimer, I am not encouraging fighting. I am not encouraging fighting. Do not fight. Do not go physical. Going physical is a no-no. But it just so happened that in my own scenario, like, we are kids, for crying out loud, yes, but like, this was the only way I could do it. This was the only way. But for some reasons, this is one of the major experiences I can remember, I can recall. From start to finish, like, I can recall everything that happened, to tell you the level of, like, what the thing really did to me mentally in my head, like, to tell you the torture I went through. It was that bad. But somehow, the beautiful thing about this story is that it ended well. I liberated myself. If you find yourself in a place where you are being bullied, like, speak up. Keep on speaking up if it's possible, especially students. Like, these days we see lots of stories online. Oh, this particular child was bullied to the extent that some have even lost their life. If you are a parent watching this and your child complains to you, highest, if the thing is not stopping, take them out of the school. Don't wait. Take them out of the school. Like, take them out quickly. Whether it's in between term, I personally, my dad is someone that he does not like changing school in between term. He would want you to, like, stay to the end of the session. But for crying out loud, if it's something you know and you notice in your child that this thing is affecting the child, there are some kids that bullying affects them academically. Like, you see them, they just start dropping academically. So if you notice this thing, take them out of the school, change school for them, because bullying is not something you want to, especially as a child. Now, it's not something you really want to go through. So these are things I could literally pinpoint from the story. Number one, this is the important part of the story. If you've not been paying attention right from the beginning of this video, this very moments on to the end, please listen attentively. Number one, don't limit yourself. oftentimes in life we limit ourselves too much. Oh, can I do this? Oh, I'm not sure I can do this. Oh, he said I cannot do it, so I cannot do it. So oftentimes, most times we limit ourselves, be it in our academics, be it in life, be it in our career. We limit ourselves so much, and most times this limitation don't even come from people. Like, it don't come from people, it comes from ourselves. We tell ourselves in our head, in our hearts, in our mind that I don't think I can do this. No. Just like in my relating back to the story, I never thought I was able to beat this guy. Like, and funny enough, the guy was small. Like, in the class, it was almost like he was literally small compared to the rest persons in the class. But he was just someone that people were just so scared of, because you know the kind of canes this guy would collect on a weekly basis. They will flog him, and it will look like, for someone that can take this kind of canes, hey, to tell you how the level of if he can take this kind of cane, then is in which kind of fight do you want to fight with him? Which kind of beats do you want to beat him that you think it will enter him? It was like a no for people. So that was where the fear came from. Like, when you see the way they will flog some persons and they will just dust it off as if nothing happened, you'll be like, okay. So yeah, guys, don't limit yourself. Anywhere you find yourself, don't limit yourself. One of your biggest enemy is the limitation you put in yourself, the limitation you place in yourself. Don't limit yourself. Moving to the second point I can draw from this experience is you need to work. You need to put in the work. Anything, anywhere you find yourself, in any field of life you find yourself, you need to put in the work. Practice, they say, makes perfect. Practice makes improvement. You need to put in the work. I didn't just wake up one morning and said to myself that I'm going to beat this guy. Nope. I rehearsed that weekend. That weekend in my house, probably everybody would have been wondering, what's wrong with this girl? But they didn't know that I was in a place of, I've had enough. Yeah, so you need to put in the work. Work hard, work smart. Don't just, anything you want to do in life, don't just fold your hands and say, okay, it will fall into place. Nope. You have to put in the work and leave the rest for God. When you've done your part, at least God can sit somewhere to you know what she has done this. Okay, let me now put in my hand. But by the time you are just there, you don't want to work, you don't want to do anything. Where will God put his hand? So yeah, and now it draws me down to the final point I can draw from this experience is you need to be confident in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. Babe, guy, that Monday, hey, I was so confident in myself because I knew that I had, in fact, in my head, I told myself I can fight now. I knew I could fight now. So you need to be confident in yourself. You know, most times, it's actually the work that brings the confidence. Take for instance, there are some exams you prepare for, like you will read the material or the textbook or the booklet from start to finish, that you will say to yourself, there's no way the lecturer or the teacher will want to set questions that I can't answer. It's not possible. So you are so confident in yourself because you know you've read for this exam. Same thing too, there are some things you are believing God for, that you know that some prayers you have prayed that you know the thing has not come, but you are very certain that this thing is going to come. It's the work you've put in that is bringing that level of confidence. So it's the work that brings the confidence. It was the rehearsal and practice I did that made me so confident in myself. So you need to be confident in yourself wherever you find yourself. You need to believe in yourself. You need to tell yourself, I can do this. So guys, so you need to be confident in yourself. So these are the 3 things I can pinpoint from my experience. If there's any other thing you could maybe draw from this experience, this story I just shared, you could leave it in the comment section. And also, I doubt if there's anybody that has never been bullied. If you've also been bullied, even adults, as adults we get bullied also. So yeah, we get intimidated also. So if you've been bullied and you want to share your experience, you can also leave it in the comment section, or you can send it to my email. I would love to learn from your experience also. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this content, if you think you enjoyed this particular content, you need to stick around to find out the next video that I'll be dropping in. Hit the subscribe button, guys. I'll give you 30 seconds. Please hit the subscribe button if you've not yet joined the family yet, and like the video, share to your friends, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I love you.